Hello, this is Darren from Patient Notes. We're excited to bring you the new updated template editor. The template editor not only creates a whole new world of doing AI medical prompts, but it also supports the previous prompts and templates. So we've called this V2 at this point in time. You've got the option to turn it on and off as you like, but you've also got the option to use your existing templates or prompts as you have if they're working for you. So you'll see this interface now has the ability to see your clinical notes, letters, reports, and patient summaries all in one place. You'll see the card-based system shows whether it was what we call a legacy prompt for some of our early adopters, or our V2 and V1 prompts. Now, if you're unsure as to what you'd like to do, then you can simply continue to use your existing prompt. So let's say, for example, this one here, I'm still happy with, I can still view that and it shows me the actual template that I've been using. This first one here is what we call a V1 prompt. Now, I can still edit that in the exact same way that we had before. You've got the option, the same user interface, same settings, same rules. So don't worry, it's not gone anywhere. If you wanted to convert that across to what we call now a V2 template editor, then you can either choose that upgrade or you can duplicate and then move that across at any one time. If you're set on the old layout, you can choose the V1 templates from below. You'll see hopefully throughout this video why the V2 templates we feel is the pathway moving forwards. When I create a new V2 template, I've got the same option here to give it a name. I've got three choices here. I can import from an existing sample or a note, and that could be one that has client information and it will redact that, or it could be a template you have from your current practice software. I can create with an example note, which is really just structured based. In this case, a SOAP note. Build out the initial context and then you can add from there. And this new format with inbuilt agent really supports that as well if you're not sure where to start. Or you can start from scratch, which just gives you a blank canvas. For the purpose of this, I'm just going to import a note because many of you already start that way. I'm just going to paste in a sample, and this is just a history presenting presentation and so on. Now, it takes around 15 seconds for it to interpret, infer, and then move that into the template editor. Once it's in the editor, the big changes that you'll actually see with our new version is that you can either build it custom or you can build it using our AI agent. And the benefit of that is that it can automatically validate and do a whole lot of the rules for you. So for those that are new to the template editor suite, all of this interface is very friendly. You've got the option to drag sections and you can move them around. You've got the option to format them now. So the formatting in V2 has moved up to the main header area, just so that it ties in really with what you're used to with things like Word or Google Docs. You've got the option now for alignment, bold, or italics as well. If you want to make this section what we call conditional, so we only want the header to populate if it's discussed, then click that area through there. You can then also provide context to that section. So here, the context for the header is obviously populated, but then the information below is going to then build out. Now, I can have those as two separate sections, or I can actually bring that into there. So now if history is discussed, and I can absolutely type that in there, then it's only going to populate this block. Down the bottom here, it says, if it's not discussed, show nothing. Or I can actually click that to say a placeholder, such as not assessed or not applicable. You can re-click it to remove it. Our rule-based system now is on screen. So here for history, I've got it listed as paragraph, but I've also got the option to build that as a sentence based, which spaces it out. I can now use client direct quotes. I can do a list, and I can have that either as a list of numbered list or bullet points, but I can also say, do I want it as paragraph lists or values? So it will obviously then populate individual sentences. If I was looking at something like vital signs, I can just have it doing the individual values. On the left-hand side, I've got the option now to engage, or what we call craft, with AI, and I'll walk you through that in a second. Or I can build it as custom. So there's different merge fields I can drag and drop, whether they be individual placeholders or sections. So if I wanted to add another list, I could just populate that straight in and ask what it's going to need to do. Could be a list of vital signs, for example. I can add in headers. I can now add in a spacer. So if it's all a bit too close, I can space it out. And I can add that conditional logic like we talked before. If it's like, if this happens, then reply with this particular output. If I'm not happy, I can remove that. So the custom section is really designed for those that really want to get in pretty deep with things. If you're unsure where to go, or your notes or templates haven't been working adequately for you in our system or other systems, import them and then start engaging with it. So I can start saying, okay, now put that into SOAP note format, and it's then going to convert that. Not only will it do converting, it will do rules, it'll do sections. So we'll let that populate, and then might say, I actually want this to be specific for MSK assessment, and then it will populate from there. Now, there's a lot of work happening in the back end, so give it 10 to 20 seconds to populate. And like all sort of agents here, if there's anything that it does wrong, just either tell it, or you've got the option up here to undo or redo. So we hope that you find this particular agent a real game changer for the customization and sort of bespoke nature that your notes may well work. Now, this format applies in all sections now. So it applies for your clinical notes template builder, it applies for your letters, reports, and patient summaries. So you see, once that's run, it reorganized everything and told me what it's done. Now, if I wanted to add in an extra section, so let's just say add in an additional notes. It will now populate that in. So really, the more you engage with here, the better your notes will be. Like all things, you can actually have these as your individual templates as well as organization templates if you're on the Pro plan. Once you've got your note, the next important thing is obviously to make sure you save it and then come in and test it out. So actually go into here. I'm going to choose a session and see if you like the format. Remember, if you want to make any formatting changes, simply go back to the structure and change around some of the rules based to that, whether it's sentence, paragraph, list. Now, the other thing that's quite different with regard to V2 templates is that you can apply document rules. So these document rules will look like, how would you like the person to be referred to, and how would you like that context? Would you like to use names and pronouns, roles, and so on? How would you like it to populate if that area is not applicable? Do you want it not discussed? Do you want it none? Do you want not performed? Remember, you also have the conditional logic to actually exclude that section. Would you like to use things such as medical shorthand? How would you like your current and past tense? How would you like to use things such as abbreviations, symbols, and down the bottom, there's also an advanced section. This applies for date and time formatting and also sort of measurements and things such as exercise prescription. So ensure that you then explore and say, okay, how would I like things? I want my kilograms or pounds mentioned in short, or I want it in sort of full, not abbreviated. How do I want my units? How do I want my dates? So it really takes away any of the need for you to hard code a prompt. It gives you the specificity to say, I want to refer to them as their first name, Sarah. I want to use medical shorthand. I want symbols and I want my dates to be this way. So you'll really have that option now to have your notes exactly how you would like. Don't forget to save them. And you can always come back at any time, make some changes, use the agent, and optimize your notes. So the other thing that's we should say is that you now see some what we call validation warnings. And they're really when there's sections that are populating and saying, have you thought of asking it this particular way? And you've got hard and soft warnings and recommendations. So we'd encourage you to then use the scroll down and find those and edit as you see fit. With regard to medical letters, you can come in and adjust those, which will cover letters, reports, and patient summary in another video. We mentioned before that you can update any prompts. If you're ever unsure, you can always make a copy and then upgrade the copy. Similarly to the prompt library has the option now to personalize and convert those across. So here, if I was typing and I wanted to include a particular type of note, such as a minor surgical one, I can actually personalize that. That converts it across now into the V2 template editor, and I can edit away. We've spent a lot of months and months optimizing this for users. You've got the option, as we mentioned, to use this or turn it off and use your current ones. We'd love your feedback, and we hope that this helps you to optimize your clinical notes to save you ultimately any of the editing that you may find yourself doing and to deliver better quality notes to you and to your patients. Thanks for watching.